So, I welcome you to the lecture series on data warehouse, and this lecture will focus on data warehouse properties. Overall, I have given the title as Data Warehouse Architecture and Characteristics for this lecture series. Myself, Dr. Dibya Bora. So, let's start the class now. I have written that data's continued exponential growth poses something of a paradox. The more data we have, the greater our chances for conversion. But due to its volume, increased data becomes more problematic for effective analysis. How does one even go about simply storing this material, let alone begin to analyze it? Okay, so data warehouse are key to solving this paradox. So first of all, one question comes to our mind that why we need data warehouse. The answer is because of the large volume of data growing time to time, day by day, month by month, year by year. And this is regarding a big company whose data is very important for its any kind of business intelligence based decision, because only analyzing those data, that company might predict the forthcoming products income, forthcoming products profit, forthcoming products loss. So that actually raise a term that is known as business analytic. Okay, but don't mind, because I will discuss in detail about that business analytic in next class. But today I will focus on the definition and the properties of data warehouse. So I told you that because of the large volume of data growing day by day, we need to analyze those data to have an understanding about the growth of our company, the the probability of profit or loss in the forthcoming time. So for that analysis, to make it easy and an efficient one, we need data warehouse. From the term itself, warehouse, is in your common day-to-day terms. Warehouse means that house where you keep the large amount of goods. So that term large is always attached to that warehouse, isn't it? Similarly, when we have a large volume of data, then only we need data warehouse. So that's the data warehouse actual reason why we need it. So from textual point of view, data warehouses are repositories of high volume information that you already got. They are centralized stores of all the data a company may generate, formed by relational databases and designed for query and analysis. And this data warehouse allow for quick, accurate access to structured data via predefined queries. So this data that we are storing in data warehouse, they will help us for easy process of query and analysis. And this utilizing this feature, it is simple to generate reports, run ad hoc queries, and extract near limitless streams of data that can be converted into meaningful business data. Right. So that is the definition. But most popular definition actually coming from a person that is known as Bill Inmon. Who is Bill Inmon? We'll see, but what he said, how he defined it, how he defined data warehouse, that is important. He defined it as a data warehouse is a subject-oriented, integrated, time-variant, and non-volatile collection of data in support of management's decision-making process. This definition overall accumulates everything related to data warehouse. Why data warehouse? What is data warehouse? What are the properties of data warehouse? And main important thing is that it's support for decision making process. You may note it down. Decision making process that I will discuss in the next class. So this Bill Inmon obviously given a popular definition. So who is he? This person. Look at the picture. He is William H. Inmon, and he is the American computer scientist. And he is regarded as the father of the data warehouse. Okay, so this person is the father of the data warehouse. Okay, he wrote the first book, held the first conference, and wrote the first column in a magazine, and was the first to offer classes in data warehousing. So you got it. Okay, someone asks you that who is the father of the data warehouse, then he is no one else than William S. Inmon, or simply Inmon. Now, as I have said, that this class I am focusing on the characteristics of data warehouse. They are actually four. First one is time variant. Second one is non-volatile. Third one is integrated. Fourth one is subject oriented. Let's see one by one. Time variant means what? A data warehouse is a time variant database. This supports the business management in analyzing the business and comparing the business with different time periods like year, quarter, month, week, and date. So variation of time is considered while analyzing the data in a data warehouse. So you are keeping the data with different variation of time like year, quarter, month, week, and date. This figure represent the time variant nature of the data warehouse. You see in the time, the calendar, we have week, month, quarter, year, like that. So how the product is actually growing on that company with respect to time, that actually matters for support decision making process, isn't it? So whether we are having a good revenue generated from that product or not, and from which products are giving good revenue with respect to the time. Okay, whether it is weekly basis or monthly basis, quarter basis or yearly basis. So that's the time variant of time. Okay. Now attributes of time may be like day name, day number in week, day number in month, day number in year, week number in month, week number in year, month number, month year, like that. Okay. Now non-volatile. I hope you all know that. What does it mean? Non-volatile means that previous data is not erased when new data is entered in it. And this data is read-only and periodically refreshed. So this helps to analyze historical data and understand what and when happened. Okay, and it doesn't require transaction process, recovery, and concurrency control mechanism. So non-volatile as a whole means that previous data is not going to be erased when you are entering some new data. And it helps us to analyze those historical data, and thereby we get to know that what and when happened actually in our company. Got it? So what type of data operation you can perform in data warehousing? Activities like, this is very important, please note down. Activities like delete, update, insert, which you used to perform in an operational application environment, they are actually omitted in data warehouse environment. So you are not going to perform delete, update, and insert in data warehouse environment. Only two operations are allowed. They are data loading and data access. Note it down, data loading and data access. Got it? Then why the data is static in data warehouse? This question may also come. Now reason is that as it is non-volatile database, once the data entered into the database, it does not reflect to the change which takes place at operational database. So it will remain as it is. It is not going to be changed. You have seen that we are performing only two operations, data loading and data access. We are not performing delete, update, and insert. So that's why data in a data warehouse is static in nature. Static. Okay, static means what? Which is not going to be changed, not dynamic. And it generates artificial keys or surrogate keys to store the history. And it's this surrogate key generated series of numbers. Okay,